Hello everyone and welcome back to the Eltriancraft server. I have been very busy, as I mentioned at the end of the last episode, if I could speak. First things first, it'll look like I'm not wearing much armor, but I am. I'm wearing all my normal armor, but I've added a resource pack for myself that makes it much more minimal, so I can see mine and everybody else's skin. I think that will be much more better for me. I enjoy much more seeing everybody's skin, and I like to see my own skin not hiding behind the armor. So first things first, we have added quite a few new members to the server. I am very excited to play with all of them and see what they're going to build, but I want to shout out a couple of them. Firstly, Anonymous God. If you guys are starved for Eltriancraft content, then I don't know why I'm going this way. If you guys are starved for Eltriancraft content, then head on over to his channel. He's making some YouTube videos, so I put his channel in the description. And secondly is Random Integer, who I have been working on a couple projects with that I want to show you guys. So let's head on over here and I will show you what I have been working on. Well, what we have been working on. So Random has some big plans to do with like a bank or something or other in the shopping district, and I'll show you what's going on there. But we have made a drowned farm. So we are getting a bunch of rotten flesh. We're getting copper, nautilus shells, and tridents. And I have gone ahead and grabbed 2 tridents for myself that are both fully enchanted. So I'm very excited about that. And you may notice that I have quite a few more elytra than I did previously. I have gone end raiding because I needed to grab some stuff. But yeah, we have a drowned farm. And eventually we have a village over here. We'll be working on an iron farm and a villager trading hall, which is very exciting. But there's one more thing that I need to show you guys, which is back of the shopping district. So over in this direction, you can see as it loads in, is a very tall tower that me and Random are working on. And this beautiful thing here is Axolotl Enterprises. So this is kind of our home base for... Actually, you know, I'm not fully sure what the exact plan is, but I've been happy to help build this up, and we will need to work on this quite a bit. We need to add in all the windows here. I think we need a lot more glass, though. But anyway, this will be very cool when it gets finished, and I am excited to see what exactly we're going to do with this, because I've just been kind of a follower so far. So back to what I'm going to be working on this episode. I have some big plans. Firstly, and most importantly, I know I just went through all the trouble of getting netherite last episode, but that was like 2 months ago for me. So I want to try something new. I want to try having no mending. Well, not no mending, but giving up mending on some stuff. So the plan is no mending on any armor or tools. But stuff that I can't easily get more of, like I can easily craft more armor and more tools, you know, with all the diamonds that I have. But stuff like elytra, stuff like the trident, stuff like my mace, I'm going to keep mending on because I don't want to have to keep getting more of those and enchanting them, because that's just a lot more pain than it's worth. But all of my armor and tools are going to be completely no mending, and yeah, it should be some fun, and I think it will serve me some good. So I'm going to go collect everything that I need, do a bunch of enchanting, and hopefully get some good stuff going. Alright, busy I have been. So we have all of our good stuff here, so all the best stuff. I got all the enchantments that oh, that doesn't have unbreaking on it. Huh. I will need to get an unbreaking book for that. And then here we have a bunch of good backups for everything. So I have plenty of pickaxes, good extra swords, some good extra shovels, and axes. So I'm not just relying on one axe and one shovel that I need to constantly keep repairing or replacing. I have some stuff that we can use. You know, if I need to mine out a large area of sand, I can use an unimportant shovel instead of my good one. So I'm going to get unbreaking on this, and then I have another big announcement to make after I do that. The next big announcement requires a little trip in the nether. It's a little farther away than I would have hoped, but you kind of have to work with what you got. So if we follow this white wool or white carpet path here, we will come to a portal. And what is through this portal? Polly's new base. That is right, I am moving to a brand new base. I wanted a brand new project, and here we are. Uh-oh. Don't kill my golem. And here we are, an ice... Why is there wool here? I don't know. An ice spikes biome is where I'm going to build a brand new base, because I need a little bit of a change of pace. That's kind of annoying. I want to be on the top. I want to be on the top. Let's try that again. There we go. Ice is a little slippery. Yeah, it's not as big of an ice spikes as I would have hoped, but again, you work with what you got. So this is where I'm going to be building a brand new base. I'm super excited, but moving to an ice biome I think requires a change of clothing. So let's make a little dressing room for myself, shall we? Alright, so I have a changing room here, so I'm just going to step inside and walk out with a brand new skin. Yep, I can take off all my stuff to show you. We are definitely dressed for the cold now. Got our good winter jacket on, gloves, boots, and my goggles have changed to be a little more wintry, and I really love this skin. So this is the new skin for the time being for us making this base. So I have some ideas of what I want to build here, but it's going to require a lot of resources. So Coda has been kind enough to assist me in gathering up some resources. So let's go and do that. Actually, you guys are not going to see any of it, but when I come back, I will have hopefully all the resources that I need for this base. Okay, we have a lot of resources here. 8 shulker boxes, mostly full. Got a bunch of copper, bunch of ice, obviously, for the ice biome, birchwood, dark oak wood, and deep slate. Now, some of this I definitely need more than I have, but Coda was a huge help in gathering all of this up, so thank you very much. But yeah, so I definitely need more deep slate. I'm going to need a lot more birchwood, so hopefully I can get Cerberus to restock his shop. But yeah, I totally forgot while I was doing that to switch over to the new set of stuff. So we are going to do that right now. I don't know what I'm going to do with all of this mending stuff. I also need to actually get all the mending stuff out of here. And I'm going to do some reorganizing really quick, and I will be right back. Alright, that actually took much longer than I expected, but I have everything organized into, yep, I had to make another shulker box because not all of these would fit together. So I took my resource pack off so I could show you what the armor actually looks like. So I did the white on the bottoms, just like the normal ones, with flow, I think. Yep, flow. And then top I did rib with diamond, and I think it looks really cool, icy, and I likes it. So yep, I'm gonna put the resource pack back on. And to be honest, I don't know if I'll wear actually this armor set very often, because I don't want to ruin the durability on it completely. So I might, you know, use a different armor set or whatever. For right now, I'll leave it on, but we'll see what I decide with that. Alright guys, I've spent quite a bit of time designing what I want to build in a creative world, and I got all my resources over here and color coordinating the boxes. I had to buy a bunch more birch wood after designing all this, but I think right here where I put this stone is pretty much the center of this ice spikes biome. So we'll have to probably remove one or two ice spikes, and that will give us enough room, but I'm gonna do that, at least the start of the build here, and you guys can watch the time lapse. Okay, the base of the build is in, and I guess I haven't explained what we're actually building here. We are going to be building a tower, somewhat futuristic tower. So I don't know how tall exactly it's gonna be, but it's gonna be decently tall. So next step is obviously building up the walls. Well, the walls are in. I forgot to record the time lapse for doing these rings here and the ice and copper pipes, towers, beams? Beams. Yeah, I didn't record that part, but you saw the time lapse of all of the birch getting in. I think this is a good height. It's going to have a roof on it too, so that'll probably be good. It is kind of annoying me that it's like the same height as this ice spike. So, we may end up taking that one down. I know Coda's a big fan of that ice spike, but we'll see how it looks with the roof in. But the next thing that I need to do, if this is going to truly be my new base, is I need a new storage room. So what we're basically going to do is the exact same thing that we did in the Shire, just with different blocks, because I think I perfected a storage room design. So I got my beacon here, and we're going to actually dig this in a basement underneath here. So let's dig this out. Okay, I have been quite busy doing some design, so this is currently the plan for going upstairs. That will be done later, though. But the storage room is downstairs, and I had a little bit of a difficult time designing this. But thank you to Coda, who helped me figure out what was working, and also for digging out the area that we needed. So I have the bare bones of the storage room in. We're using a bunch of spruce instead of birch, and then sea lanterns here instead of the frog lights, and then there'll be some more little changes, but for the most part it'll be the same thing. So let's start getting the rest of this in. Alright, everything is in. We have all the shulkers moved. Everything is in. I brought all of my items over, so we are fully moved in here. The only really problem is that I don't have a good spot for my bed, but that will be figured out a little later. I just got it on this platform as of right now. But the next thing that I want to do is I think that there needs to be a little path in the front up here. Yeah, right out here, a little path, because I want to do a few other things here eventually. That's not just this tower. I certainly want like a little building for the nether portal and stuff like that. So I've designed a little path that I think is gonna look decently. So we're probably gonna take it out just to like around here, just to proof of concept. I don't know where anything else is gonna be at the moment. So let's go ahead and dig this out and put the path in. Well, the path is in. I'll show you guys here. I think it looks pretty decent going up there. I think it fits pretty well. So now for the last thing that I want to... Oh, there's a arrow right in my head. That can't be comfortable. Anyway, the last thing that I want to do for this episode is make a little building for the nether portal. So we're going to do that. I already have it designed in creative. Oh, jeez, that arrow. Oh, and it's gone. So I've designed it in creative. I think it's going to go right here. I think this is a pretty good spot for it, and I think it works pretty well. So we will build up that and probably connect the path up to it. We'll have to remove all these ice spikes in the way, but we will do that and show you guys when it is built. Okay, the nether building is in. I think it looks decent. I'd say decent. It looks a little bit like a lighthouse, and I had a very difficult time trying to design the roof, but I think it all worked out for the best. I connected the path up. Poor calcite doesn't have a stair, so I had to use this, and doing this design on these diagonals was a little difficult, but I think it all worked out, and the nether portal room itself does look very, very good. Oh, that wasn't... Welp, I'll have to replace that. Anyway, I think this looks really, really good, and I am very excited to keep expanding this base and keep working on it. But for now, that is where I'm going to leave it off. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye!
You should give me your armor too, that way it's really believable.
Go ahead. Go, do it. Hello everyone, and welcome back to an episode on the Eltriancraft server.
Hi, I'm Polly. I killed Polly, guys. You heard it from me first. I killed Polly all by myself without his permission.